One day after, almost 24 hours after Shedeur Sanders had started his official NFL career, he made his NFL debut last night against the Baltimore Ravens. Out of all teams, one of the teams that he declined to be drafted to for his own personal reasons. And hey, it was his choice. He has free wills to play for whoever he wants to play for. Will he regret it in the future? Maybe, maybe not, because this story here is not finished. It's just starting. If this is your first time ever visiting Tony Talks Vested Up, ensure that you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, because you're going to get some football talks over here, but you're definitely going to get it from a wholly different perspective. So don't miss out. To all of my followers, you know that I was big on Shedeur starting November the 9th, but guess what? We got what we wanted to see last night, and so far, to be honest, I like what I saw. Even though we didn't get the win, I like what I saw in him. He was confident. He was poised. The only thing missing was first team offensive team reps. That's it. Everything else, they go Cleveland. Everything else fell into place. Oh, the haters were out. Oh, they were trolling every platform that I saw after the game. Oh, the haters was out. But my thing is, they're not truly football fans. They're just Shedeur Sanders haters. With Coach Stefanski confirmed that since Shedeur has landed in Cleveland, Shedeur has not received one official rep with none of the players he played with. But still, look at what he did. The offensive line has stated that they were learning in the huddle and on the line his cadence call. Did you hear what I said? When you have your guard, a teller, saying that he never heard Shedeur Sanders' cadence call except for last night, that was some OJT for everyone that was out there on that field. It could have been dangerous for everyone that participated in that game last night, especially Shedeur Sanders. And here's my proof, courtesy of Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Once again, courtesy of Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Did you see this play here on the field? Shedeur was wide open for that blitz, and they was coming hot. Now, earlier this week, the Baltimore Ravens said that they were preparing for Dylan and Shedeur because they already knew the trajectory that Dylan Gabriel was heading into before playing the Baltimore Ravens. So they was prepared for them. But they knew that it was a strong possibility that Shedeur was going to enter this game. So they was also prepping for him too. What you think the first thing the Baltimore Ravens was going to do? Blitz. Because he's not in rhythm. He doesn't have his cadence down. He doesn't understand the speed of the game. He has all of these emotions going on. He's trying to process everything at a lightning speed. Of course, you're going to blitz. You're going to blitz him. But what they didn't count on, or maybe they did, Shedeur Sanders is one of those elite quarterbacks where if you put him in a situation and allow him to get acclimated to the situation and adjust, like he did in the fourth quarter, he's going to turn some things around. So good call, Baltimore Ravens. You sacked Shedeur Sanders twice, got an interception. Now on that interception throw that Shedeur Sanders did, I went back and watched the highlights. I truly don't understand what he was looking at. Maybe he thought that the receiver was going to be in one place, or whatever the case may be, or it just could have been a bad throw. Who knows? His aim could have been off. He does not have 100% accuracy aim. No one does. But he definitely has a damn good high percentage of accuracy. So that's just a one-off. He just had to get that off his system. And you know what I mean? But looking at this really could have been a very bad hit last night. But thank God he walked up that field safely. So let's continue. Now, you probably don't seen this clip a lot of times, so I'm just going to play a little bit of this clip, and then I'm going to give you my perspective on it, and then I'm going to let you go. Because I definitely appreciate you coming to this small YouTube channel and watching this video. So courtesy of Nightcap, hey, these are the stats that Shedeur Sanders had on his first NFL debut. He completed 16 passes for 47 yards. No TDs, but they're coming. I really think that catch with Lavadan in that end zone, if he could have just held on to that ball, the game would have been forced into overtime, and who knows what would have happened. Because at that time, Shedeur was warming up and getting hot. Man, it would have been a nice NFL debut just by him taking that game into overtime. But once Shedeur builds a rapport and chemistry with those wide receivers and tight ends, oh, them balls gonna start locking in and they gonna hold on for their dear life. All right, there was one interception, but let's also consider, even with no first team reps, he almost forced the game into overtime and could have pulled off a win. Because we're talking about Shedeur Sanders here. We have seen him do excellent things in Colorado. So let's not play that Shedeur Sanders is not him. But it's okay. They got this one off. But let's see what the next game holds. And here's confirmation that Kevin Stefanski confirms. Now, this is in writing. This is an official report. Kevin Stefanski confirms that the second half of today's game was Shedeur Sanders' first snaps with the starting offense since he has been drafted by the Browns. That should quiet all the haters. Because you have to consider that by default. You have to consider that by default. And we only talking about 2 quarters. We talking about roughly 30 minutes of a game. And you saying that Shedeur is trash? You gotta be out your mind. And he got sacked twice. Okay, yes, he got sacked twice. But the Baltimore Ravens defense is nothing to sneeze at. They're third in the league right now in terms of effectiveness. And the Baltimore Ravens had Pro Bowlers on the lines. No, this is not an excuse. But look how Shedeur, he started gaining momentum playing against Pro Bowlers. Just imagine if Shedeur was in there the whole game and would have warmed up slowly in the first, warmed up more in the third, in the second, and got acclimated in the third. He started throwing them dimes. Ain't no telling what would have happened. Let's keep going. But let me go ahead and show you this video of my nephew. And you know I'm going to have a follow-up video about this later tonight. Okay? I'm just giving you a little appetizer in the middle of the day. Because that's what I like to do, especially when I got time. And that Falcons game I went to yesterday, that was my first NFL game ever that I have attended against the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Of course, I was not able to see Jimmy Horn, and I did not get my jersey signed, but it really was a good experience. The Falcons had the Carolinas for 3 whole quarters until Penix went down with a knee injury and Cousins came into that game. I saw it myself. The whole entire stadium, the atmosphere, the energy shifted 3 gears down. And I was like, oh my, this is real. And some of the stuff that the fans was talking in the stands, oh my gosh. I enjoyed Section 101 yesterday. The fans, the energy, the flags. It was a very nice experience. So shout out to the Atlanta Falcons and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia on the North Side Drive. I used to drive by that building several times going to work. Georgia Tech. Go ahead, Georgia Tech. Shout out to you, 9-1. You rolling. You still rolling. Go ahead and do your thing. The Yellow Jackets. Hold on. Let me play this clip.
Hey, playing quarterback is extremely hard. So it's like, I like knowing every detail about my receivers. I like knowing the small things, what they're good at, what they're not good at. It's like so many details that helps me play confident with those guys. And I know, we at the bottom right now. This performance, everything, it will never be like this. But I'm dedicated to being able to get those opportunities with those guys to have a relationship, you know. I got a relationship with all the hungry dogs though. We like clockwork out there, but you just gotta see everything a little bit more.
All right, so you heard that. Shedeur was giving his perspective of his first NFL game. Of course, he said he wasn't very happy with the outcome, but he was so good in thanking God for the opportunity just to get out there. You know, this is just the first step to making his dream come true towards having a successful NFL career. Trust me, even though that this was probably the greatest loss in his life, the return of investment that he's going to get because of this opportunity is going to be huge. And everything that he thought he lost, that we perceived that he lost in this moment, being drafted round 5, number 144 pick, it's not going to happen like that. Everything that he lost will be returned to him 100 times fold. Mark my word. Shedeur in that press conference, he stated that he's a very detail-oriented person, which all quarterbacks have to know your receivers. You have to know the O-line. You have to have a relationship with all of these key, critical roles and positions on the field. And with more time, practice time with the first team, offensive team, they're going to start gelling. And once they do, the Cleveland Browns, believe it or not, and I'm going to make this statement on November 17th, the Cleveland Browns will become a very well-oiled NFL team if the front office, management, and head coach Kevin Stefanski just get out of the way and let Shedeur be QB1 and get those first team reps. So I'll be coming back later tonight with Tony Talks Vested Insight tonight at 9. And then I'm definitely going to be coming back tomorrow morning with a follow-up video on this. Because I'm out here in these streets and I'm taking notes. And yes, Vestas, I have my own notepad. So trust me, I'm taking my time because when I do come to talk to my Vestas, I at least want to come with some quality and some receipts. And I need to do some research on my own. So thank you for sticking in there with me, Tony Talk Vestas. And even though Shedeur has gotten on the field this week, I'm still dropping my videos next week. The week of Thanksgiving. Because I'm still mad at the NFL and Kevin Stefanski and Jimmy Haslam. I'm still mad. So until next time, I'll talk to you later, Vesters. And thank you for your support of this small YouTube channel. One day at a time, one view at a time. And make sure when you come back next time, you get your drink, your notes, and your vest. Because we vested up today.